Hi, I'm Matt Stansbury, Program Director for Uptime Symposium, and I'm here today with Jim Smith, Chief Technology Officer at Digital Realty, one of the largest data center owners and providers in the business. And Jim, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, Matt. Good morning.
So we're going to be talking about your keynote presentation at Uptime Symposium, and the topic is why modular? What are customers seeing, and what are they trying to get out of the modular data center kind of development at this point?
That's right, Matt. And I think one of the things about digital when we present is, we always are trying to talk about what we're doing and present our solution, but we're always also trying to present data and innovative thinking about what's going on in the industry. And our approach on this conversation and this topic is really what are customers doing? Why are they asking for this type of solution? And I think we've really got about three main items to talk about. And the first one is speed. Modular, we got into the modular construction business because we felt it was faster. And faster was better for us and better for our clients. We know that many of our customers have a very demanding planning process, and many of them struggle with it. And so the ability to get data centers produced faster was one of the ways that we could help our clients. The other thing, which, it's a term I think it's a hackneyed IT term, but I think it applies very well here, is customers are after agility. And, if you think of agility as the ability to change your mind and move quickly, that's certainly something that's on their mind. And I think modular deployments really help both in the back of the house, the generators, UPS, and heavy lifting, and the front of the house, some of the white space type solutions we see coming out. And as an extension of that is the third piece, which is, since the credit crunch, data centers get a lot more attention inside a corporate enterprise, and there's a lot more people paying attention to the dollar volumes and the CapEx. And I think one of the key things that customers are trying to avoid is they're trying to avoid over-investing. And so I think that's driving a big piece of the modularity story where they want more granular deployments, once again, tied back into that agility that are more just in time. And that, to me, is probably one of the more fundamental and difficult things to solve because, we're dealing with metal and pipe and wire and construction activities that take some time to put in place.
Great. So, Jim, what's the kind of the cost structure like for modular versus traditional construction, just in your experience?
So in our case, when we started, and once again, we were trying to speed up time, and time is money. I actually had the ability when we first were putting our initial programs together, I could have spent more and made it and justified the business case. The reality is we're neutral at worst, and we're getting better as we scale. And this is, I think, one of the advantages that Digital Realty has, is that some of these things you get significant advantage at scale. So, for example, our Pod 2.0 and our PVB Plus products, they're pretty easy to reverse engineer, and other people could be doing it, but they won't get as much benefit from the scale. We're ordering kind of 40 electrical rooms at a time, so our cost structure goes down. We get a lot of economies of scale. Our quality goes up. So, at a minimum, it should be neutral. The reality is, I think, especially some of the front of the house solutions where you have kind of shop-based fabrication, it's going to be very difficult for some of those to compete with the entire construction industry. Because if you look at a data center build, yes, it's a bunch of high-spec electrical and high-spec mechanical, but the reality is those tradesmen and their companies and the subcontractors are doing the same thing every day in, automotive, petrochem, residential, commercial construction. So the construction trades are already operating at scale. So to compete with them in a factory environment, it's not simple. So I think some people are cracking the code, but others I think might struggle. So I think even in a case where modular products, right, things that get delivered to the site, even if they are marginally more expensive, if they're faster, that business case is still going to make because the time, and I'm not talking time value of money, I'm talking about the business ability to get something done that you didn't plan for can be incredibly valuable.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's one of the things, Matt, we're going to talk about too is, the modular deployments give you options, right? And I talk about options in terms of financial or real options. Options have value. And I think one of the things people forget about is the option to not deploy is one of the most important things that's on the mind of senior managers. And it's one thing to get approval for, say, a $100 million data center and go out and build it. But once you've built it and it's out there, you can't get that money back. So a lot of the senior managers and the finance groups and the real estate teams that we deal with are looking for the ability to incrementally scale And they would pay a premium for that. Some of them will definitely pay a premium to not do it all up front.
Now, what does the typical, maybe not, there isn't a typical one, but what does a modular customer kind of look like? Is there a specific vertical or size company, or is it more situational that looks for the modular deployment?
I don't think there's an obvious answer. I do, one of the interesting things about our industry and one of the cool things about my job and working with our customers is it's never the same. You can find applications and people and demand inside a very traditional corporate enterprise that looks very cutting edge. And then you can find some very cutting edge clients who have very traditional kind of mainframe and tape type applications. So I don't think there's a one size fits all. I do think certainly anything new, right? Anything new that's being considered, the modular buzzword is out there, and I think most people are aware of it. So if it's new, regardless of its application, at least it gets a quick look. But I think it ties hand in hand with the IT loads too. People are getting more agile on virtualized systems and the ability to provide more granular increments of computing power. And so naturally they expect the same concepts and want to scale that into the facility layer as well. So I just want people to know that I've been paying attention with the Uptime team, looking at the show floor layouts, and there's going to be a lot of stuff on the floor. We're going to have a full electrical room, a 3-pack of our skids out there. Some other people are going to have, fully lit and blowing air in their white space modules. So it's going to be an interesting show. It looks like a lot of people are going to be there. So I'm looking forward to seeing everybody in Santa Clara in a couple weeks.
Great. Thanks, Jim. We look forward to seeing your session as well.
All right. Thanks, Matt. Great to talk to you.
See ya.